Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lady T, and I'm coming back at you with another video. Tonight's topic is going to be about celibacy during your time of singleness. But before I get started on that, I would like to say that most of my videos, my few little videos, are geared towards single women because I myself am a single woman, and I like to encourage, or I hope to encourage other single women by sharing my experiences, my thoughts, my views, and my opinions with the hopes to encourage them. Um, but with that being said, my experiences, my thoughts, my views, and my opinions are just that. They're mine. I highly suggest that you pray. I suggest that you talk to God before you make any changes or decisions in your life. That is the best way that you're going to ensure yourself the best outcome in whatever it is that you do. I mean, he made you. He know what he made you for, and he knows what he's doing. So it would be best that you consult with him before you make any changes or make any decisions. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, if I hadn't said it before, I'll say it again, that I am single, and I have been single for about roughly almost 5 years, or maybe a little more than 5 years. And I've been celibate for 3 of those 5 years. Now, I would be lying to you if I told you that this journey of celibacy was easy. It is not easy, girl. It is not easy at all, but I will tell you that it is rewarding. How is it rewarding? Well, I will say that since making the choice to become celibate, I truly feel closer to God. Now, that may not be the same for anyone else, but I truly feel that my decision to be celibate brought me closer to God. I wanted him to know that I could make a sacrifice, and that I could commit to the sacrifice for him, because he was worthy of my sacrifice. He was worthy of my praise. I wanted him to know that I trusted him in that area of my life. So that was the reason I made the choice to be celibate. And also, there was a time when I felt that I had depreciated in value. There was a time in my life where I didn't feel as valuable as he would have wanted me to. So during that time, I went to God, I talked to him, I prayed, and I asked God to restore me and to renew me and to restore my value in every way that he saw fit. And I wanted him to know that I was willing to do what he wanted me to do in order for that to be done. One of the things that was required of me was one of several things, but one of the things I needed to do was to become celibate and maintain celibacy until marriage. Whew, that was wow, that was a requirement, and I wasn't sure if I could. I knew I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if I was able to. But I knew that as long as he was with me, I was going to be able to do whatever it is that he had called me to do, even maintain celibacy, or become celibate and maintain celibacy until marriage. So I did. I made the sacrifice, and even though it's not easy, it is, truly rewarding. I wish that I really want to be able to put what I feel into words, so bear with me as I try to do that. But I feel renewed and restored in a way that I didn't feel when I was not celibate. Um, I also feel set apart. Think about it, sis. There are a lot of women out here that are single and who are not celibate. Now, I'm not bashing those women in any way because, baby, I used to be on that team, okay? I used to be in that group. Matter of fact, baby, I think I was probably ahead of the group. But, so I'm not bashing them in any way. But when you have so many women who are single and choose not to be celibate, it makes those of us who are single who choose to be celibate feel special. You know, we know that we're set apart. I mean, yeah, you know, as consenting adults, we could be, we could choose to be sexually active, but we choose not to. So to me, when you have a majority doing one thing for the few that are not doing it, it's like those few are special in a way. I truly wish there was a better way for me to put it, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Another thing, and yeah, I'm kind of looking at my notes so I can sort of stay on task a little bit tonight, just a little bit. Another way is, another reward is being able to show God, not prove to God, because I can't prove anything to God, okay? I don't feel that I can prove anything to God. I don't feel that I'm qualified to even try to prove anything to God. But I wanted him to know that I trusted him with in the area of my sexuality. Not just financially, not just physically, not just emotionally, but I trusted him in every aspect of my life. I wanted him to know that I trusted him so much that I could abstain from that activity as a sacrifice, you know? Because to me, a sacrifice is not doing something that you really would like to do or that you really enjoy doing or enjoy doing. So um, for me, choosing to be celibate was a sacrifice. There was a time when I wasn't celibate. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'm a mother of three. I have three children, two adults and one teenager. And the one teen just became a teen today. She turned 13 today. So, yeah, I have two adult children, two children in their 20s, and a teen. So, I'm not a virgin, baby. I've been there, I've done that. You know what I mean? But I choose not to do it until I'm married. Now, again, I choose to be celibate. So, that just showing just showing God that I trusted him in that way to me was rewarding. Now, it may not be that for everyone, but it was for me. Now, for those of you all who are wondering, so yeah, what do you do when those nights get hot and long? Come on, Lady T, tell us what you're doing then. Okay, for real. So yeah, babe, I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. If this is what you choose to do, I'm going to tell you now, there's going to be some nights that are going to be long, honey. There's going to be some nights that's going to be hot. It's going to be some nights that's going to be lonely. That's going to feel extremely lonely. And how do you get through that? With prayer. I truly wish there was another way to say it because I know it sounds typical, right? Pray about it. But that's really what you have to do. Child, listen, when it get hot, and it do get hot, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you. There's some nights that get long. There's some nights yeah, that are when your girl is restless in KC. But when those times come, I just have to remind myself of my commitment and why I'm doing it. And I pray, I talk to God, I ask God to help me. Child, I don't know about you, but I would not be able to walk this walk without God. I really would not. Had it not been for his grace and glory, child, let me tell you something. I would not be able to do this. But I, when it gets difficult, and it will, I pray. You know, do whatever you got to do. Child, listen, pray, grab that Bible, get into your word, uh, call up an accountability partner if you have one. If you don't have one, then child, get you one if that's what you need. But for me, I remind myself of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and then I ask God to help me through it. I do. I really do. I hope I'm not oversimplifying this because that's really, I just want to make sure that I'm being clear and as real as possible without sounding like a cliche. So, but yeah, I definitely pray. I remind myself, I ask God to walk me through it, to get me through it. And then I also know that the time will come when God will send the man that He has designed for me. To me, I know that there will be a time when we will come together and be able to connect and be able to come one. But until then, I just, I get through those rough times with praying and believe in God and reminding myself of my commitment. Now, are there any cons to being celibate? You know, I wouldn't say that there were cons, so to speak, but I will tell you that for the for the people in your life, for your peers that are in your life who are not walking that same walk with you, they're not going to understand why you're walking it. There will be some times where you may feel um, left out, in a sense, for lack of better words. There may be a time when you may feel um, different and not in a good way because, you know, those those of your peers who you talk to on a regular basis, your homegirls or whatever, for those who choose not to be celibate, they will never understand your desire to be celibate, no matter how you explain it to them. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is what it is. Um, and even if you decide to share with someone that you are celibate, a lot of the questions are going to be why or how, or you know what I mean. It can almost make you feel, like some type of sideshow or something. I don't know, some type of circus sideshow act of some nature. But so yeah, that's probably going to be a drawback because you want to be able to connect with your peers, and when you have peers who are not on that journey, they're never going to understand it. No matter what you say, they're never going to understand it. Now, as far as dating goes, there may be some men out there who may not want to date you because you're celibate, or you share with him that you're celibate and that you plan to maintain that celibacy into marriage. There may be some men who may shy away from dating you, but if that's the case, baby, let him go, because you are worth the wait. And if he can't see that now, he ain't gonna never see it. Okay. If he don't see that now, good luck getting him to see it. So, yeah, if a guy chooses to not date you or chooses to not want to hang out with you because he won't get that sexual gratification from you, then baby, let him be. You don't need that. That's not the one you need. That's not the one for you. I can tell you now that any man who is not willing to support your preservation, any man who is not willing to support you, period, not just in this area but in any way, who is not willing to be supportive, is probably not the man for you. Now, for my single sisters who are not married but in a relationship, whew, child, so what do I have to say for you all who may want to be celibate but or in a relationship that you've already become active in, but you no longer want to be active in? What can you do? Well, let your partner know that you've made the choice to not do it anymore. And if he choose to walk, then baby, open up that door for him. But I really wish there was a better way I could say this. Oh my goodness, I wish there was. But and hey, listen, if you have a better way to say it, if someone out there is listening and have a better way to say it, please help your girl out and say it. Throw it in those comments, please. But yeah, so if you are in a relationship and with a dude, and you haven't been celibate but now you want to be celibate, then baby, the best thing I can tell you is just to tell him what you plan to do. And if he is in support of it, great. And if he's not, then baby, let him be. Let him go. Let him go. Because it's at this point, it's gonna be either you or him. And I would hope that you would choose you. You know, I would hope that you would choose you. Now, I hope I've covered some good stuff here. I hope that what I've said here this evening has been helpful or will be helpful to somebody somehow. And if not, then hey, it is still good to be able to share my experiences. So I think I about covered everything. If I haven't, if there's something you would like to know that I haven't covered, if there was something that you would like for me to talk about that I did not talk about, please feel free to throw it in those comments and I'll be happy to come with a follow-up video to address those comments. Now, if that's all, then I would like to say have a great evening and thank you for hanging in there with me thus far. There will be more videos. I promise there will be. And I am going to start editing these videos at some point or another, hopefully sooner or later. Pray for me. Pray my strength in the Lord. Until the next time, see you guys.